A 1-1 week for the Coastal Carolina basketball team. Good Sunday. This is the Cliff Ellis Show. I'm Rich Chrampanis. We welcome you from Lynchburg, Virginia, home of Liberty University. Coach, coming up a little bit later, we'll show you a big win over Presbyterian, but Saturday night, a tussle with the Liberty Flames.
Well, anytime you play them, it's tough. Our defense was good, but we could talk about a lot of things, but the bottom line is we didn't shoot the ball. When you're 2 for 20 from the three-point arc, that kind of says it all. 19 for 65 overall. We couldn't buy a basket.
Despite the shooting struggles, Coastal Carolina showed an awful lot of fight. Let's take a look at the action from Saturday night here in Lynchburg between the Chanticleers and Liberty. All right, Coach, a good start for you with Kier Greenwood. He was the story in the first 4 minutes.
Well, we started out very good. We were playing great defense, turned into some buckets on the easy end. And we were making some plays early.
Kier Greenwood getting it down low. It's 6-0 Coastal early, but Coach, a young man from Poland, Tomas Galo, was a handful.
Well, he knocked down threes. You got a 6'9", 225-pound guy going out, stepping out, knocking down threes. That was big for them. We couldn't make it. That was the key to the game.
Casey Roberts with the hoop and the foul. It's 14-8 Liberty. Then, Coach, Charles Ashford on the floor at the same time as Kier. I like this combination, a little mix here.
Well, he did. They were cutting Raph off. We're going to see some diamond in one or box in one. They were trying to keep him from getting any touches and getting shots. And, you know, Charles gave us a great lift, I thought.
And then here's Kier Greenwood. Boy, he was outstanding in the early part of this first half. And, Coach, a little 6-0 run here. El Hadji Jagan ties the game at 14.
Well, it's going to be a tight battle through the first 10, 15 minutes of the first half. And then you're going to see some shots that just don't go down.
Galo puts Liberty in front 20-14. He was 3 of 3 from three-point range in the first half. But, Coach, you leaned on Kier Greenwood, and he delivered a couple of great drives right here.
Well, he made some great plays for us. He's very good in the open floor. You know, he was playing very well on both ends of the floor in this game.
This Greenwood basket making it a 23-20 game, but Coach, you did struggle from 3, 0 for 9 for 3 in the first half. Here's the last play of the first half, and it kind of just summed up the frustration offensively.
Well, we were going to get the ball back after the half ended, and we needed that, but we got a couple of good looks at it, and it just didn't go. 27-20, Coastal down 7 at the half. Beginning part of the second half was all Liberty. John Caleb Sanders here makes it 29-20, then Galo's 3 puts Liberty up by 10. Again, his three-point shots were big for this team.
And how about Anthony Rafa finally getting going here, Coach? The hoop and the foul, and then a quick 3. So just like that, Rafa gets 6 points in a blink of an eye.
Well, he can make it happen quick. They did a great job of shutting him down, though, in this game.
And, Coach, at this point, you know, you were in this big hole, but your team showed an awful lot of fight. This game could have been a 25-point game easily, but you really fought once you got down 13.
Well, our defense was good. If we make shots, we could have won the game by 20. You know, it's one of those things where, Rich, we just didn't make shots.
And now at this point, Coach, you're just trying to chip away at it, 41-35.
Well, we're trying to make the comeback. Our kids are being gritty, and we're doing everything we can to try to get that lead.
Back and forth it goes. John Caleb Sanders with a bucket. Rafa answers on the other end. Then Uroš Leskovic on the inside. But, Coach, despite this good offensive sequence, you're down 11 with 6:26 to go.
Well, we still got time, and we're going to cut it, and we're going to get it. We're going to get it where it'll be very nerve-wracking for Liberty down the stretch.
Now, Warren Gillis made 4 free throws in a row, kind of the formula how to get back into a ball game. A big basket here by John Caleb Sanders. He was the guy that made it from a 6-point to an 8-point game a couple of times.
Well, he made a big basket, and then a big basket I know was when Marshall hit a big 3. To push it up to 7. Those were big baskets that those guys made.
And there you just saw it. Devon Marshall from 3, 57-50. Badu Jang gets you within 5, but you're not going to get any closer. And here's where Liberty just takes care of business at the free throw line.
Well, they're a very good foul shooting team, and if they get to the foul line, they're going to hurt you.
Coach, you got it as close as 4. Maybe one more possession could have got the job done, huh?
Well, we were right there knocking on the door, and I give our defense a lot of credit, and we were trying to make plays. It just didn't go.
64-56 is your final. The Chanticleers suffer their first Big South loss. Kier Greenwood leads the way with 27, Coach, in a losing effort.
Well, he did a great job. I thought offensively and defensively, he was on his game.
And after the game, the senior leader, Kier Greenwood, no signs of panic, knowing there's a long road ahead in Big South play.
Definitely. We fought hard to the end. We showed great effort. Credit to Liberty. They hit tough shots, you know what I mean? Down the stretch, they hit shots that counted. and that's what counts really. You got to hit shots down late in the shot clock and towards the end of the game. That's what they did, and we just fell short a little bit.
What do you tell these younger guys as they're kind of experiencing first, tough conference loss?
I mean, it's only one game in the conference that plenty more down the line. We just got to put this behind us and focus in on what's ahead of us. We got Gardner Webb coming up in VMI, so we got to get focused and get ready for those two opponents and put this game behind us.
They got to just be focused, and every night in this league is going to be a battle. I mean, on the road, at home, regardless. I mean, we knew Liberty. They were 0-2. They haven't won again in their conference yet, but they knew we always get their best shot, and we knew they were going to come after us. And we told them just stay focused and play your hearts out. And we unfortunately we didn't come out tonight.
Coach didn't have to think too hard about the HTC peak performer. Kiera Greenwood, 27 points, 9 of 16 from the floor.
Well, he did it all. He kept us in the game, both offensively and defensively. Can't say enough about his play in this game. We just didn't have a lot of support on the offensive end for him.
Time for us to take a break. When we come back, we'll look back on Wednesday night's Chanticleer win over the Presbyterian Blue Hose. You're watching the Cliff Ellis Show on WPDE News Channel 15.
Locals love Creek Rats for lunch. They say it's the fresh salads, fantastic wraps, and seafood baskets. But when you experience those incredible waterfront views, you get that relaxed Creek Rats attitude. On the Marsh Walk in Merle's Inlet, on Celebration Lake in Florence.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by HTC. This is life. Connect with it. And by DarPro Solutions, America's largest and oldest recycling solutions company that serves the nation's food industry. A special thanks to HTC and DarPro Solutions, co-title sponsors of The Cliff Ellis Show.
HTC connects my family, neighbors, and businesses in our community to the most reliable communication services at the best possible value. More services, more savings, which is value I count on when I bundle, giving me more connections to the things that matter the most.
Bundle and save up to $45 per month today on your HTC services with HTC Member Connections.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
DarPro Solutions is America's oldest, largest, and most innovative recycling solutions company that serves our nation's food industry. DarPro offers their customers over a century of experience, a network of nationwide locations, and a continuous commitment to research and to develop tomorrow's recycling solutions. DarPro is founded on the heritage of two great companies, Darling International and Griffin Industries. A special thanks to DarPro Solutions for being the co-title sponsor of the Cliff Ellis Basketball Show.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Waccamaw Land and Timber. Serving the Grand Strand since 1982, the ultimate goal of Waccamaw Land and Timber is to match the best interest of both the buyer and the seller. If you're looking for a place to relax, hunt or fish, the professionals at Waccamaw Land and Timber can find you the perfect recreational property. Call 449-0441 to discuss your real estate needs with Waccamaw Land and Timber. I want to thank my friend Keith Henson from Waccamaw Land and Timber for their support of the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers.
In the blink of an eye, everything changed.
The house we called home, gone.
Glad to see you and your family are okay, because what is lost can always be found again.
Welcome back to the Cliff Ellis Show. A reminder, you can watch us here every Sunday at noon on WPDE News Channel 15, and we're online at carolinalive.com. Coach, we're going to look back on Wednesday night against the Presbyterian Blue Hose. Nice in-state battle.
Well, it is, and they really play hard, and every game that we play is going to be a tough game. It was a struggle in the first half, but the second half we really opened it up. Really, the first half kind of played like we played two halves here tonight against Liberty, but the second half we showed signs of being able to do some things both on the offensive end, outside and inside.
And let's look back on Wednesday night and a big second half for CCU in a win against PC. Well, Coach, spotlight on Kiera Greenwood. You know, I always like his demeanor on the bench. You can't tell it's going to be a big moment for him. He's just ready to go to work.
Well, it's called composure, and he has great composure, as good a composure as anybody that I've ever coached. Very proud of him. He got his 1,000th point. I mean, what a testimony for him. He's been a great player, and we've got a lot of good games still left with him.
Well, quite frankly, Coach, very choppy the first 5 minutes. Here's Uros Leskovic on the inside.
Well, they had a great game plan. We got some early looks, and we made a couple, but at the same time, they were being very physical, and we were having to ward them off on the other end. It was one of those ugly dog fights, but it was a war the first half.
Warren Gillis makes it 4-3 Coastal, and then here comes the moment. Kier Greenwood gets to the free throw line, 2 for 2. The first one is career point 1,000. Nice ovation from the crowd.
Absolutely, and he deserves it.
PC had an outstanding shooter by the name of Jordan Downing. He was a handful, Coach.
Well, transfer from Davidson. We knew that he could shoot the three. He's absolutely dynamite from the three-point shot, and he had it going, and he's going to hurt a lot of people. So we were able to cut him off in the second half, but the first half he was a monster.
Coach, I've watched a lot of Kier Greenwood over the 4 years. This might be one of the very few times. Here he is posting up, down low. I've never seen that before.
Well, he had size on Presbyterian, and Presbyterian, to their credit, changed and put a bigger guy on him later on, but he had the opportunity to have a mismatch.
Anthony Raffa getting his first points of the first half. He'd be a big story here in a couple of moments. And then another big contribution from a newcomer, El Hadji Jagan. This was big off the Raffa miss.
Oh, man, he had a great game, double-double. Can't say enough about the play for him tonight. We're going to see more highlights on him before this one's over.
And then here's some more late second magic. Now, last week, Raffa, we get a little flashback here. Raffa hits the half quarter at the buzzer to Longwood. This one isn't a half quarter, but it might be more important, Coach. You're down 2 with 8 seconds to go.
This was a momentum basket. This gave us a lift in the locker room. It was going back and forth. We had momentum. We could go in at halftime, adjust. And it was a dogfight, and then we come out the second half and take care of business.
There you see it again, Anthony Raffa, the 3 at the buzzer, 22-21 Coastal at the half, and then another guy who had a big contribution, Badu Jang, scored the first 5 points of the second half, Coach.
Well, I tell you what, his play was tremendous. It opened the floor up for us. He made some shots. Just really liked the way that he played.
First 4 minutes of the second half, outstanding by the Chanticleers. Kier Greenwood with the great drive here makes it 29-21. Khalid Mutakabir's 3 gets PC within 2, but then here comes El Hadji Jagan with the tip-in, 34-29 Coastal.
That was a momentum bucket.
Another great highlight from this game. Check out Badu with the great look to Michelle Ananga.
Oh, man, I love that.
Had a little zip on it. And then Anthony Raffa gets that 3. And every time he makes baskets like this, the team seems to fuel off of it.
Well, it just, those threes are just lifts, and they're momentum lifts.
And the rest of the story was El Hadji Jagan here with the bucket to put CCU up 12. But then, Coach, interesting here, some fans might have been a little panicked when they're watching this at the HCC Center. El Hadji goes down almost kind of like he was shot in the leg, and you maybe think the worst, but I think you knew right away what this was.
It was a cramp, and, he's just playing so hard, and that's just some things that happen, and we were fortunately it's not a serious situation. We were able to get him back in the game.
Hey, give credit to Dwayne Beam, the Coastal trainer. He gets him back up and running, gets some fluids in him, and hey, El Hadji's just fine here. Look at the little baby hook, Coach.
I'm telling you, as we said earlier, there's going to be some highlight clips on this young man.
El Hadji Jagan, the junior transfer from Senegal. Warren Gillis hits the 3. He continues to get more confidence, Coach.
Yes, he does, and he's playing well.
Kier Greenwood, great drive here, hoop and foul, 54-34. Now you got the game in your back pocket.
Well, we do, and in this game, it was a low possession game. You see the win, and it's an 18-point win, but it was probably, usually a game is about 70 possessions. This was about a 50-possession game. So all in all, an 18-point win in this style of game felt like a 30-point situation.
And Charles Ashford closes out the scoring for the Chanticleers as Coastal Carolina, the tale of 2 halves. 39-22 in the second stanza, Coach. You get a 61-43 win.
It was a good win. Opened up the HT Center with our first conference game with a win. We opened up with Akron to get a win. We got Clemson with a win, and we've got a conference game with a win. So good things are happening at the HTC Center.
A trifecta indeed. El Hadji Jagan, 13 points, 14 rebounds. Raffa with 12. Kier with Greenwood with 11. And Badu Jang with 10. We caught up with Kier and El Hadji after the game.
Try not to really think about it. Just stay focused on the game. It's only a point. I figured I'd get it sooner or later. So I just try to stay focused on the game and just let it come to me.
So, this guy over here, greatest leader, man. He doesn't yell. He doesn't do anything. But when he looks at you, you know what you got to do. And I'm really happy that I have a point guard, like him, because he doesn't try to bring you down always have. I'm not saying it because he's here. I'm just saying it because, I mean it.
Our HTC Peak performer from the Presbyterian game, Alhaji Jagan, 13 points, 14 rebounds in 36 minutes, Coach.
Well, that's a double-double, and anytime you get a double-double, that's a trophy. That's big time, and you look back on all the bigs that have played here. There's not many people that have done that, so you got to give him a lot of credit. He had a whale of a game.
Time for us to take a break. When we come back, we'll look back on the Chanticleers making ESPN SportsCenter's top 10 not once but a number of times. You're watching the Cliff Ellis Show on WPDE News Channel 15. The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by A&I Fire and Water Restoration, Coastal Orthopedic, Strand Orthopedic, and Creek Rats.
Coastal Carolina University Chanticleers need to concentrate on playing their best, not worrying about what to do if an injury occurs. At Strand Orthopedic Consultants and Coastal Orthopedic Associates, we offer all our patients comprehensive orthopedic care from our team of renowned specialists. So no matter what your game, you can stay on top of it. Strand Orthopedic Consultants and Coastal Orthopedic Associates, proud to be the team physicians of the Coastal Carolina University Chanticleers and sponsors of the Coach Cliff Ellis Show.
Hello, I'm Tommy Britton. Along with my children, Case, Preston, and Mary Madison, I practice law here in Myrtle Beach. We're now known as the Britton Law Firm. And Coach Ellis and Coach LaForce, we have fine men that are leading our students at Coastal to great achievements. It's been a pleasure over the years to sponsor this program. The Britton Law Firm, all claims, trials in all courts.
Crestcom Bank is now offering our customers a new reason to smile. It's our totally free checking. And when we say free, we mean free. Totally free checking means free online banking, free online bill pay, free MasterCard debit card, free first order of checks, free unlimited checking. You'll even receive a free gift when you open an account. To sign up for totally free checking, visit any of our Crestcom Bank locations throughout Myrtle Beach and Charleston. Crestcom Bank. Have a nice bank.
Welcome back to the show. Coach, last week we were in Farmville, Virginia. Anthony Raffa hit a half-court shot, and the whole country found out about it a little bit later on that evening on ESPN SportsCenter.
Well, we've had those moments where we've had some top 10 plays. Anytime you get that, it's just national publicity, and it gives you an opportunity to expose your team and program. So, hats off to Rafa for making that shot and giving us national attention.
Well, Coach, that particular segment is the one segment that everyone watches because it just gives you the best of the best for the entire night in every single sport. And so when you see Rafa with major college basketball games and, sports around the world, it's something else.
Well, you can't buy that publicity from Coastal Carolina's point of view. I mean, it's free. So it's a great opportunity. And we've had that, last year against Clemson, we had the play of the day. We had it this year against Clemson. We had it. So there's been a lot of good moments for Coastal Carolina when it comes to those highlight reels.
And let's go and see all of those big moments that ESPN put the Chanticleers front and center in the national spotlight.
Number 6, Coastal Carolina versus Longwood. Anthony Raffa just inside half court. Triple your pleasure, triple your fun. Coastal Carolina wins it. 80-72.
Yeah, we dropped back into a 1-3-1 zone, and they threw it to the corner, and I contested the three-point shot. And, Tristan got it. I said, yo, Tristan, throw it up. There's 4 seconds left, so I threw it up from half court and went in.
For Anthony Raffa, it was his second half-court shot as a Chanticleer. The first one came at Kimball Arena 2 years earlier to end the first half against Radford.
I feel like the Radford one was straight on from Sam 2 years ago. It was straight on. This one was from, sideline.
Raffa's half-court heave was the 4th time in the last 3 years that Coastal has been spotlighted on the ESPN SportsCenter staple.
All right, more SportsCenter on the way. But first, top plays. Number 7, Gardner Webb in Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina's Mario Edwards up top, Chris Evans. Anybody can do it with 2 hands. And Coastal Carolina with the Chanticleers in the house, 96-60.
They get it in. Grandigo, the fake, the turn, he shoots, it is no good, follow, yes, at the buzzer, it counts, and Coastal Carolina has won the ball game.
Chris Gradnigo made 2 appearances on the top 10, the Clemson buzzer beater, the #1 play of the night, then later in the season, this throwdown dunk, but it was Coach Ellis that stole the show. on ESPN's Top 10.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Now that's a play, my man. You take that to the hoop. You take it with authority. Ridiculous.
Wow, Coach, look at that one again. Goodness.
It speaks for itself.
Dunk of the year so far?
Ridiculous.
Redunculous, an all-time great moment in Cliff Ellis Show history. Time to take a break. When we come back, the coach goes one-on-one with Tristan Curtis in Sean's Corner. That's when the Cliff Ellis Show continues right after this. HTC presents a look back, highlighting some of the great moments from the Cliff Ellis era at Coastal Carolina. Coastal basketball had a close tie-in with the 2008 presidential election. Former CCU guard Jack Leisure had the honor of introducing then Senator Barack Obama at a campus rally at Kimball Arena, and a lifelong memory for one of CCU's all-time greats on the hardwood.
It was right in the middle of Kimball Arena too, and I didn't feel at home at all. As soon as I walked up there, it was a whole new area, and I was shook for about the first 30 seconds or so. But then I said a few things and kind of got the crowd riled up a little bit, and it was, it's kind of like hitting a three, and the crowd gets behind you, and you kind of relax after that.
I want to thank Jack Leisure, who just introduced me, and I understand this guy can fill it up during basketball season. He's got a little bit of game.
When you meet someone and you have, you really look up to them, and then they kind of fulfill the way you've looked up to them. They meet those expectations, and they're really just a good person. It kind of, it's a good feeling.
But I don't want to play horse with Jack Leisure, because I understand he's filling it up. So congratulations, and we're so pleased to have you involved. We're very grateful. Thank you very much. Thank you.
HTC has been the title sponsor of the Cliff Ellis Show for the past 7 years. HTC, this is life. Connect with it. The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Waccamaw Land and Timber, Beach Realty, and the Britton Law Firm.
Locals love Creek Rats for dinner. They rave about the seafood dinner special, baskets, po' boys, wraps, and burgers. But when you experience those incredible waterfront views, you get that relaxed Creek Rats attitude on the Marsh Walk in Merle's Inlet and on Celebration Lake in Florence.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Beach Realty. Working with Beach Realty means you get the reliability and dedication that comes with a team of seasoned professionals who are willing to go beyond the call of duty for you or your family. Visit scbeachrealty.com or call 877-98-SUNNY to learn how Beach Realty can help you locate your future real estate in the Garden City, Merle's Inlet, and Surfside Beach areas. Thanks to Kevin Dorenzo and the team at Beach Realty for being a part of our team on the Cliff Ellis Show.
Discover the road to fun through books. Reading allows you to explore new worlds, go on adventures, and to dream big. To celebrate reading, Ringling Brothers and your local libraries are hosting Reading with Ringling Brothers. Children between the ages of 2 and 12 can participate in the program by signing up with a librarian and by reading 5 books. Kids receive cool bookmarks, clown noses, and can even earn a free circus ticket. For more information, visit readingwithringling.com. Brought to you locally by WPDE News Channel 15. Playing February 14th through 17th at the Florence Civic Center. Go to ringling.com for more info.
Come get that relaxed Creek Rats attitude on the Marsh Walk in Merle's Inlet and overlooking Celebration Lake on South Cashua in Florence.
Welcome to Sean's Corner. Today we're with Tristan Curtis. Tristan comes to us from the Bahamas. Beautiful place, wonderful place. This is one of the finest young men that we have on our basketball team. He reaches out to other people. When we had a Christmas gathering, asked him what he wanted for Christmas, and he said, happiness for all. I thought that was a great statement. Tristan, how have you liked coming to the States?
Coming to the States was a great experience for me because initially I really didn't play basketball, and then when I came to America in 2009, it was a different view to me. I mean, it was a culture shock, and eventually I grew into it, and I grew to love it.
Tell us a little bit about the Bahamas, the country in which you live in. Tell us about it. I've been there, but people out here may not have been there. Tell me what you like about the Bahamas, what the experience is like growing up there.
Okay. Well, the Bahamas is, as you know, a small archipelago made of 700 islands and keys, and we're a pretty tight-knit country. I mean, everybody's friendly because everyone has to be friendly because tourism being our number one income is it's just how we're grown and raised, and respect is a big thing. And as you've seen from the commercials on TV, the beaches, we kind of advertise our beaches to attract more tourists and all that. So, I mean, I love it there.
What's your favorite hobby?
Watching movies.
What's your favorite music group?
Bob Marley, I guess.
Bob Marley. Can you give us a little Bob Marley?
One love, one heart, let's get together and...
A little reggae from Tristan Curtis from the Bahamas. Such a pleasure to work with this freshman, and he also makes A's and B's in the classroom. We're proud of that.
Time now for our HTC scouting report, Coach. Another tough road swing going to Boiling Springs. Gardner-Webb, a team that scored an impressive victory at home against UNC Asheville.
Well, they're a tough team. They're playing better than anybody in the league right now. You got to give them credit with their win at DePaul. Illinois, who's a top 10 team, beats them at the buzzer. And they had UNC Asheville by 22 in that game, and we already know that UNC Asheville is one of the better teams. We've got our work cut out, but that's what we're going to do Monday, get to work on it and go to Gardner-Webb and see what we can do.
And then Saturday, and this is important to note, an 11 a.m. tip-off because ESPNU's putting the Chanticleers on national TV. CCU and VMI, I can promise you one thing, you'll see plenty of points.
This is always a fun game. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. We really need that crowd because this is an important game. It's a home game. We need to protect it home. VMI playing extremely well, but a nationally televised game, we need to have a packed house.
All right, Coach, tough one here on Saturday night in Lynchburg, but certainly a lot of cause for optimism, especially defensively, and I know you got to get to work now for two tough ball games.
Absolutely. We get to work Monday and get ready for two tough games this week.
For Coach Cliff Ellis, I'm Rich Chrampanis. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be with you next Sunday from Home Sweet Home, HTC Center, as we'll bring you all the action in the VMI and Gardner-Webb matchups against Coastal Carolina.
And that's good because with 4 of us online at one time, we can't afford to slow down. HTC is a plan that keeps our home connection up to speed, and faster speeds make it even easier to connect to family, friends, business, and entertainment on our tablets, laptops, and smartphones. And that's how HTC connects my home with the things that mean the most.
Get more speed at home for your new tablets with HTC high-speed internet and save.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Darpro Solutions is America's oldest, largest, and most innovative recycling solutions company that serves our nation's food industry. Darpro offers their customers over a century of experience, a network of nationwide locations, and a continuous commitment to research and to develop tomorrow's recycling solutions. Darpro is founded on the heritage of 2 great companies, Darling International and Griffin Industries. A special thanks to Darpro Solutions for being the co-title sponsor of the Cliff Ellis Basketball Show.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Waccamaw Land and Timber. Serving the Grand Strand since 1982, the ultimate goal of Waccamaw Land and Timber is to match the best interest of both the buyer and the seller. When a friend or colleague is looking for commercial property, I tell them to call the pros at Waccamaw Land and Timber. Call 449-0441 to discuss your real estate needs with Waccamaw Land and Timber. I want to thank my friend Keith Henson from Waccamaw Land and Timber for their support of the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers.
Passion. Without it, the best you can hope for is mediocrity. For WPDE News Channel 15, our passion is local sports. Keeping the Grand Strand and PD informed with unrivaled local sports coverage. It's our purpose, our spirit. It's the core of who we are. Others say they cover sports, but it takes passion to cover local sports.